All right, everybody. It's of course TKIF and Campus Friday. We are officially back. I've been hearing about these guys for a very long time. It's been a couple of years. I'm so surprised that this is the very first time that they've been here on the show. They are all the way from Georgia, but now they've uh, they're in different parts of the world right now. But they're calling into tonight's show, and we really do appreciate them taking out the time. They've worked with the likes of Flo Rida, Madonna, Justin Bieber, David Guetta, uh, just so many different artists. You know, we love talking to not only the artists, but also the songwriters and the producers behind the songs. Please welcome for the very first time to TKI Think and this Friday and KEMPIRE Radio, the Jackie Boyz. What's going on, guys?
Yeah,
Yo,
what's going on, man?
what's going on?
What up, what up?
First of
What
all,
up?
we have to let the audience know. Okay, so one of you are calling from Nashville, the other one's calling from LA. Introduce yourselves too, because I know what we're referring to as the Jackie Boyz, but introduce
Absolutely.
yourselves.
Absolutely. You go ahead, Steve. This is Steve, your boy Steven, Steve-O, Steven, whatever however you want to say it. Bam. And my name is Los. My full name is Carlos, but everybody calls me Los. So so yeah, that's what it is.
And you guys are all the way from.
Yeah.
First of all, you guys are from Savannah, Georgia. You are blood brothers, not just brothers. Brothers.
Yeah, not just brothers. Yeah, no, yeah. Some people think we the brothers, but we the brothers too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Blood brothers.
How did you guys decide, as brothers decide, we're going to be production partners and we're going to do this thing? Not only production partners but also artists. How did that all come about?
Man, well, honestly, no, you guys, Steve. No, go. All right. So, well, we from a small town in Savannah, which is like, not a lot of people, but, the music scene out there wasn't as, big as it was anywhere else. So we started singing on the street. We just realized at a very young age that we could actually kind of get people to notice us just by using our voices. So we decided to make a hustle out of it and start, getting some, tips and stuff like that from singing in different places in Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of like a spark of saying, hey, we do good business together. We work really well together as a team. And then when we came to LA, it was the same thing. We started off on 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica and at the Pier. And those are places that was like really influential in our career because that was our solid base. And we knew like, yo, whether we have, $100 or $100,000, we know how to treat the business and just by working hard and, and giving it our all.
Mm-hmm. What was the conversation between you both when you decided to do this? Did you guys just say, we're gonna leave Georgia and we're gonna go to LA and do this thing? Like, what was the deciding factor in this? What made you take that sort of leap?
It was mostly that, we had nothing else really going on. I know I was thinking about doing like the Navy for a little bit, and I think Los was, excited to do like extra work back in the day when he was younger, or definitely we always know we want to do something in the industry, but we were like, man, looking around Savannah like, yo, there's nothing to do here. We only can go up from here. Like if this is what we got, then anything we do is going to be looked at as big, so we just, that made us, really just go after it, just having nothing else really to hold us back,
Mm-hmm.
And then also, we lost our parents very early, in 2003 and 2004. So that was enough for us to go, well, it could be kind of depressing staying in the same city where you went through so much turmoil.
Mm-hmm.
So we was like, let's just start fresh, try a new city, try a new atmosphere, and see where it takes us.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Wow. I'm so sorry to hear about that. How did losing your parents at such a young age inspire you musically and what you do now? How did that drive you guys?
For me, I wasn't exactly the most talented musically. This is Steve, by the way. I want to make sure that's clear, because Los is the golden child.
Man, get out of here.
I wasn't exactly where I wanted to be musically. So for me, my mom always told me that anything you put your mind to, you can do it. So she always told me whatever you want to do, you're going to be successful in. So even though I wasn't the best writer or maybe the best singer, like I just really believed in myself, and of course getting inspiration from my brother and him telling me like, yo, you can really do this one day, put your mind to it. So it just really you know, that was a big inspiration, you know, of what she told me and him actually. But she always was a big fan of ours. Yo, whatever you guys desire, go after it, do it at the best of your abilities, and that's what just made us go like, all right, cool, we can do music.
Mm-hmm. And I think with her, I mean, Steven came up with the name Jackie Boyz. I mean, I remember us sitting in the studio like 7-8 years ago, and he was like, yo, you know, why don't we call ourselves the Jackie Boyz? Mm-hmm. And I thought the name was like so profound, and it was like everything that we needed to say I love you, Mom, in the one name. You know what I mean? So, and her name was Jackie, and it was just like us paying homage to her every single day of our life, and it's always and always will be Jackie Boyz.
Wow. So what was the big break for the Jackie Boyz? Like, what was the moment? What was the song that really got your name out there?
It was Florida Sugar. We wrote that. It came out in 2009. It was a record on Atlantic Records. You know, Florida was just off of Low and his big first album, and we honestly was just like, man, like we just need that one song, and that was the song that definitely kind of put us on the map. You know, I guess we could say. And yeah, it came out in 2009, a huge success for us. It was top 10. On Billboard, and you know, me and my brother freaked out seeing our names like in the Billboard chart. She was like, "Yo, this is crazy."
That is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, you can imagine. I mean, like I said, when we started out singing on the streets, so when an A&R over the weekend from a record company says, "Hey, you know, you guys sound great. Why don't you come out to the studio and see if you can turn that into actually a hit making process, a hit making service?" And we did. You know, that song took about 45 minutes to write, you know, and just to see that be all over the world and people singing in different languages and it being nominated for a Grammy, that album, it was just surreal is what it was.
I can only imagine. And so you have that major hit. What happens after that? Do all the doors just start opening, or do you continue I mean, of course you continue to grind, but what happens to you guys after that?
Well, go ahead, Steve.
After that, it was really crazy because our second placement after that was Madonna. We just sent the song in to her manager / A&R, and she was like, yeah, I want to cut this song. So for us, it was really like crazy to go from Florida that was already amazing to us, we were just on the street singing, and then we get a call that Madonna wants to cut our song. So, you know, all of my friends and my brother's friends were like, man, y'all made it, man. Y'all legit. So, I mean, after that, it was kind of like only to the top. And then we got a call a few months later that I was like, yo, there's kind of like a bidding war with this little kid, Justin Bieber. You know, Justin Timberlake wants some, Usher wants some. You guys want to work with him? We was like, of course. And then he ended up blowing up. So, definitely we got into a lot of great situations early. And, yeah, it's been great ever since.
Well, and you know, for those, you know, because those are very different types of songs. If you listen to the Flo Rida's, you know, Sugar, or Madonna's Revolver, or any of the Justin Bieber stuff that they did for him, the sound is different. How would you describe the Jackie Boyz sound? Not only for the artists that you produce for, but also for your own music.
Man, that's a good question. Well, I think that for, you know, the one thing about us and how we write is just we like no limitations. We like just going in writing whatever comes to our mind, to our hearts. Mm-hmm. So every song is different because we've had so many different influences growing up as kids, from listening to Madonna as a kid and to, you know, listening to, you know, Pastor Troy, to Outkast. I mean, so all of these different influences incorporated into our music. Mm-hmm. And it just kind of bled out into the studio. And then also in our own music, you know, we have this thing called progressive soul, which is a part of our sound. It's where we take basically the standard makings of soul music, but we enhance it progressively into a whole new realm. Mm-hmm. So kind of like if Marvin Gaye was out right now and what kind of music that he would do is the kind of stuff that we're aiming for with our own sound. You know, like I said, we just have no limitations. We just love crossing boundaries. Like right now, my brother's in Nashville, incorporating what he does into the country scene, and I'm doing the same thing here with the Latin scene. And we literally just got our first #1 in Latin America off a Spanish album we did.
Wow!
So like, there's no, you know, we just love everything. We also did Talk Dirty Spanish version for Jason Derulo.
Yes.
So we just love crossing genres.
That's really interesting. Especially if anyone looks at your discography, the different types of artists that you worked with, especially when you're talking about going into the Latin music arena. And but my question to you guys, and I was asking you this off the air, was okay. One is in Nashville, one is in LA. How do production partners produce music that way? How does that work? What's your creative process with especially when you're so far apart?
I think it's really cool. You want to go, Los? No, I was just gonna say it's a little bit of Skype. It's a little bit of it's a lot of phone calls, a lot of traveling. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, it's a lot of Skype. Technology is amazing. And of course my phone is awesome. So we are our best critics. We call each other and say, hey, I got a song coming to you. I listen to it. He listens to it right away. We give our feedback. We have tough skin, so if somebody says this part isn't that great, we go back in and work it out. Or if that person comes with something better, they'll send their hook idea, and the person records it. So there's so many ways we get it done. And then Nashville isn't a really huge flight, so I'm always in LA or vice versa. He's always here, so this is really cool. And like I said, it allows us to be two different places. So everything I bring to him is different, and everything he brings to me is different. So it's really, really interesting.
Well, you guys are brothers. I've interviewed other production partners and things like that, but you guys are brothers. So I can see the fights. I can see being very unfiltered with your opinions. Has there been that sort of friction between you both, where you just go in like, no, that's terrible, or no, I don't think we should do that? Has it been that way? Because you guys have been working together for a very long time at this point.
Oh yeah, I mean absolutely. You can't grow with somebody for as long as you've been and not get in no fights. I mean we've definitely argued about different things. Sometimes even in sessions where I thought something was like not good and then it turned out to be a hit. Like I'm still right now I can't live down Eeny Meeny for the rest of my life. Like because that song with Justin Bieber and Sean Kingston, I literally was mad at my brother. Like man, I think that was wrong, and it turned out to be a big hit. So like sometimes it's humbling. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes it helps us grow stronger together and realize, like, man, like, we all are in this for the betterment of each other and speaking our mind and just being consistent. So, absolutely, do we have fights? Yeah, but, it don't stop what we got going on, and, we grow stronger every day.
Do you agree?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, we throw pots and pans sometimes. But at the end of the day, no, we get along great, and yeah, and it's also about maturing. Like when we were younger, I think we didn't know exactly how maybe to say the best way of like it's not good, like it just sucks. But now, as we mature, we're a little more like, well, maybe this and this and that, and we kind of detail it a little more versus just saying I don't like it. It's more like, hey, this is why I don't like it, and we get specific with it, and that's really good, I think, for anyone that does music, because it still is a little sensitive. So you might actually do something you might think is great, somebody else might think it's not, but it's the approach of sometimes how you say it to that person. So we've really been really good at that recently, for sure.
That's definitely true. Like I said, you guys have worked with so many different artists. We just mentioned a couple. I mean, let's continue to go down the list. Sean Kingston, Candice Glover, the American Idol, Keke Palmer, Diggy, so many different artists. Has there been a moment where you guys have worked with someone and you're just like, oh my God, I can't believe we just worked with blah, 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 blah?
Man, honestly, and without trying to sound cheesy at all, everybody is like that. Just because everybody I've been in the studio with is a blessing because, I could think back 10 years ago when I was sleeping in my car, you know what I mean? Wow. And I didn't have two nickels to rub together, and I was asking God to, deliver me from my situation that I was in. So every time, even to this day, when I tell my brother, like, man, we got a cut, we got somebody cutting our record over here, or we got a top 10, or we got this, it just makes me go, man, like every day is a blessing, you know what I'm saying? And I think God is the number one reason for that as well, you know what I'm saying? Because we wouldn't be here without him.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
I just mentioned Candice Glover. I love her new album, and I see you guys had quite a few tracks on that album. Can you tell us anything about working with her and those songs?
Yeah, well, she's super. I know from working with her, she's very, very humble, down to earth. She didn't think she was much of a writer before we got in the room, but you know, me and my brother, mostly my brother, was really telling her like, "Yo, you should write. You should be a part of these songs." So I think we brought the songwriter out of the artist too. So I'm sure going forward with her and her artistry, she's also going to probably be featured writing for some big artists too, because she's definitely a songwriter as well. So you can tell a little more about that, Los. A little more about him.
Oh yeah, I mean, you said everything, bro. I think she knows what she wants. You know, some artists, you know, especially when they're just coming out, they don't really know, and they kind of just say, hey, you know, you take the wheel. But she was very, you know, adamant about being in the front seat of her career and like making sure that she wasn't gonna say certain things, and if she did feel a certain way, she was gonna talk about it. And you know, that's our little sister, man. We love her to death, and we're just really proud of all the success that she's had.
Recently, we not only have a radio show, we have a blog, and we've been following this story about We the Future, this new up and coming boy group, and I see that you guys did some work for them as well. What can you tell us about these artists, and should we be on the lookout for them?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You definitely should. You know, those guys are amazing. We've been working with them for like 2 years now.
Wow.
So it's really kind of like a long time coming for these guys to get their shine. You know, I think they're not with Young Money anymore. I don't believe.
No.
Due to some different, you know, I guess business situations. But like I said, these kids, sign or no sign, they're gonna be huge. You know what I'm saying? So be on the lookout for them, definitely.
Well, Jackie Boyz, you know, not only are you guys amazing producers, you are also artists. Let's talk a little bit about what's coming up for you musically. I know you had 2 releases in Japan, and you had something here last year. What can you tell us about your music? What can we expect in the coming weeks?
Oh man, fire! We got our song. Our new song, "Do Not Disturb," is going to be on iTunes. It's actually on iTunes now, so you guys can check that out.
Definitely.
It's we released it on our SoundCloud like 3 weeks ago, and it got like 2,000 plays in a day.
Wow.
Like just people just really rocking with the song and just really believing in what we're doing. We're bringing that soul back. You know what I'm saying? Like that Marvin Gaye vibe, and the vibe's got a whole Marvin vibe all over it. Mm-hmm. And it's just one of those things we feel really, really good about. Steve, what else you want to say, bro?
Yeah, it's awesome, man. We have, you know, a lot of songs that explain the journey. We have a song about our parents, and it's just so many cool things we have that we're putting out on this album, and it's just bringing back, you know, just that soul, that feel good music, that Motown vibe in a sense, but still like different elements with the pop, and we got a little EDM mix with soul, so it's just special. So we just want to do something different and just, you know, touch people with our music. So that's the goal.
And we're definitely going to play that track after the interview, so people, Do Not Disturb is available on iTunes right now, so make sure you guys go pick that up. But also you have a tour that you guys have been doing the last couple of
go
years.
Get that.
Jackie Boyz and Friends. What can you tell us a little bit about this show, Jackie Boyz and Friends?
Man, Jackie Boyz and Friends is a new takeover for me and my brother, man. We were really excited about this. We started this. It just started as an idea last year when I called my brother and was like, yo, man, I got this idea of doing like these shows where we put ourselves on the bill and we get new artists and things like that. And my brother was like, all right, that's cool. Let's do it. Let's do it. He was all about making it happen. So we took our hard-earned money and started, you know, getting a venue. We started in L.A. At the Lexington Social House, and the first time we did it was packed. Second time we did it was packed, and then we did the last 2 at the W in Hollywood. Wow. And we did the last one for Grammy weekend, and it was in the Hollywood Reporter as the hottest place to be for Grammy weekend.
Wow.
We had over 2,000 attendees. Yeah, it was crazy. So we had Wayne Brady hop up on the stage and perform. We had J.C. Chazé from NSYNC come through, and you know, we performed, and it's a great thing for new artists and as well as existing artists. And from that show alone, a private investor saw our show and said, "Hey, man, I want to invest in you guys doing your own concerts." So not only will we do these events at the W at the hotels, but we're now doing concerts. So we're looking to have Big Sean on the show. We're looking to have Tiana Taylor, Wiz Khalifa, us. So it's going to be a great look for everybody.
That's dope. That's really, really dope. And you know, here at
Very
KEMPIRE,
exciting,
we
yeah.
love giving a showcase for up and coming artists as well. So it's great to know that you guys are using your platform to give other artists as well exposure. When's the next Jackie Boyz and Friends that people can look out for?
The next one's gonna be in August. We haven't had a set date yet, but we'll definitely post it up. You can follow us on Facebook or Twitter, Jackie Boyz Event for Twitter, and then Jackie Boyz and Friends on Facebook. And that way you can get up to date like news as far as like what day it's gonna be. But we're looking to August. We're working out all the kinks right now with the bookings and stuff. But I'm telling you, it's a place you want to be. It's gonna be at the Belasco Theater in downtown Los Angeles. So it's gonna be a huge, huge event.
Dope, dope. Jackie Boyz, first of all, I hope this is the first of many times that you'll be here on the show. What else is coming up? What else should everyone be on the lookout for? We know the new single, Do Not Disturb, is on iTunes, and Jackie Boyz and Friends is coming in August. But what else should people be on the lookout for? What other artists are you working with?
Man, well, right now we're working. Steve, Tony.
What you say, Los?
I said you can tell them about the Nashville side, the country music side.
Oh, yeah, we're Nashville, working on Carrie Underwood's project right now.
Wow.
We're working with a few overseas artists we're really excited about. You know, overseas is a great place for finding, like, I don't know, amazing talent to collab with. There's one girl working with named Leslie Cleo. She's soulful, almost like a Lana Del Rey kind of vibe, so we're doing that. Working on a lot of other country projects, Florida Georgia Line. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. And then on your end, Los, I know you got some stuff on hold with Rihanna.
Yeah, we got some stuff with Rihanna. We got some stuff with the new Idol winner, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's with Idol, you know, it's a couple of different contestants down the top two, but we got something for both of them. So we're really excited about that. Artist named Jake Miller, who signed to Warner Brothers. I mean, it's just a lot of cool things going on. And we're crossing genres every day. So, you know, be on the lookout for that next Italian single coming soon. No, I'm joking, but it's a lot. It's a lot of different things going on at the same time, and we love it.
Before we let you go, I have to ask you, because I'm a big country music fan. Carrie Underwood, what can you tell us about that project?
It's very progressive. You know, she's always pushing the limits, like all her other albums. Our manager, Ian Peary, shout out to him. He's done a lot for her, you know, A&R'd a lot of her last projects, and you know, for us to even be connected to get songs through to her and to work with her people and all her producers and writers, it feels great. So she's definitely going for a more progressive sound that she's always been doing, you know, pushing the limits a little bit, but staying country, staying true to her genre, but still being a little different.
And our goal is to give her a little bit of, you know, the Jackie Boyz flavor on some of her music, and, you know, we'll just see what happens. Right now, we're just very optimistic, and we think we're going to, you know, really impact her project.
Definitely. Rihanna, of course, we have to ask you about this project, since people have been waiting on new Rihanna music for some time. What exactly are you constructing for the Rihanna project?
Man, well, you know, submissions, producing songs, you know, right now, because Rihanna is obviously super, super huge, and we're just so honored just to even get the opportunity to submit for her. So right now, you know, she gets top priority on anything I'm working on. If they say, hey, we got this Rihanna track, I want you to write to it, or we need to be on a beat, we're going in. We're just really excited about it, and we've been consistently going back and forth with new material, and we've been getting great responses from her team. So, you know, hope all is well. You definitely get it. We'll get a cut from on a Rihanna album.
Well, you know, when you get into the studio for like a Rihanna project, you know, especially for this, you know, she's a monumental artist right now. What exactly is the sound you want to give to her that you say, you know what, this is where we think you need to go with this record, Rihanna? You know what I mean? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it's really no way to kind of tell wherever their headspace is. You just got to be in, like I said, without sounding cheesy, but you got to have something from the heart and from a personal expression, in the hopes that they kind of connect with that.
Yeah.
You know, most of our songs, when people hear them, they go, man, that was from a really true place. So whatever it is, whether it's a club record, or whether it's a ballad, whether it's a mid-tempo, we just want to give her something that's initially from our heart and from our soul of what we create. And like I said, artists, when they know when it's real, you know, even the fans, like even you know, Rihanna fans or even our fans, they know when you're singing something real and it cuts through. It touches people in a different way than anything else.
Also, I heard that you guys may be working with Carrie Hilson on her new project. I know a lot of producers that we've interviewed recently has been talking about this project, and I heard that you guys
definitely
as well.
Definitely, yes. We're big fans of Carrie as well. Shout out to Carrie, and we just, like I said, we're excited about really jumping in wherever we can, where we can fit in that project and really put our flavor on it.
Jackie Boyz, like I said before, I hope you're officially part of the KEMPIRE Radio family. I hope you'll come back. We have to remind everyone that your new single, not only are you amazing producers, but you guys are artists as well. Your new single, Do Not Disturb, is on iTunes right now. We'll be posting links on all of our social media. And also, we look forward to Jackie Boyz and Friends in August. Hopefully, you'll bring that concert here to New York City so that we can be a part of it as well. But you never know. We might show up in LA and might pop up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're actually going to make a stop through in New York in August, I think like the 16th. So we would love to come by and say what's up to you guys, man.
Most definitely. We appreciate it. Jackie Boyz here on KEMPIRE Radio's TKAF. We're going to jump into their new single, Do Not Disturb. We'll be right back.
Yeah.